His wife had died suddenly from a brain problem. She left him alone with her son. The boy was not his child. He was the result of a love story she had before. She never told anyone about it. She had faced life alone, carrying her child. When the man met her, he was 26. He liked her strength and her courage. She was a strong woman who raised her child alone. He said to himself, "I will marry her. I will accept her son too." But love that is not real does not last. He cared for the boy out of duty, not love. When his wife died, everything fell apart. He felt no reason to stay with the boy. There was nothing left between them. The boy was always quiet and polite, but he was distant. The man knew deep down that he never loved him. A month after the mother's death, the man told the boy, "Leave. I don't care if you live or die." He thought the boy would cry. He thought he would beg to stay. But the boy didn't. He walked away silently. The man felt nothing. No guilt, no pity. The man sold the old house. He moved to a new place. His life became better. His business grew fast. He met another woman. They had no children and no problems. He felt peace and comfort. At first, he sometimes thought of the boy. Not because he cared, only because he wondered. He asked himself, "Where is that boy now? Is he still alive?" But after some time, he stopped thinking. He said, "Maybe if he died, it was better. At least, he won't suffer anymore." 10 years passed. One day, his phone rang. An unknown number appeared on the screen. "Hello, sir," a voice said. "Would you like to come to an art exhibition this Saturday? Someone really wants you to be there." The man wanted to hang up. He didn't know any artists. But before he could end the call, the voice added, "Do you want to know what happened to the boy you left years ago?" The man froze. His heart started to beat fast. He said, "Yes, I will come." On Saturday, he walked into the exhibition hall. His steps were slow and heavy. He didn't know what waited for him. He felt a strange pain in his chest. The walls were full of big paintings. Every painting told a story. There were sad children, eyes full of tears, old torn school bags. Each picture was a silent cry. The man stopped in front of one painting. It showed a thin boy standing in the rain. The boy carried a torn bag. The painting looked too real, as if the artist had lived that moment. He looked at the title under the picture. It said, "That Day." The man's heart stopped for a second. It was that day, the day he threw the boy out. His hands started to shake. His breath became heavy. Then he heard a calm voice behind him. The voice said, "You were right. I didn't cry that day. But my tears never stopped since then." The man turned slowly. He saw a young man standing there. He was about 22 years old. He looked elegant but serious. His eyes were deep and full of pain. The man recognized him immediately. It was the boy he had left 10 years ago. The young man gave a small, sad smile. It wasn't full of hate. It was full of pity. He said, "Everything you did to me made me who I am today. Your cruelty gave me strength. I am the artist you see now. I only wanted to show you that I didn't die." He gave the man a small card. It had his name printed on it, a name the man had never accepted. But now, that name was famous. It was the name on all the paintings that rich people bought for big money. The young man said quietly, "I didn't ask you to come for an apology. I only wanted you to see. I am not that child anymore, but you are still that same man." Then he turned and walked away slowly. The man tried to follow him, but many people surrounded the young artist. They were smiling, clapping, and asking for his signature. They admired him deeply. The man stood still. He couldn't speak. He couldn't move. He watched the boy he once rejected, now loved by everyone. A tear rolled down his cheek. He wiped it away. He left the place quietly. His heart was heavy with regret. He knew he had hurt the boy deeply. He knew he had been cruel. But he could not change the past. The man walked outside that night. His mind was full of pain. He did not see the car coming. People shouted and tried to warn him, but he could not move. His legs felt heavy and weak. The car hit him hard. The driver tried to stop, but the car was too fast. The man's body flew into the air. He fell on the road, covered in his own blood. He did not know how long he slept. When he opened his eyes, he was in a hospital bed. His new wife sat beside him, crying. He asked her, "What happened? Why can't I feel my legs?" He lifted the blanket slowly. Both of his legs were gone. They were cut below the knees. He looked at them and cried. He knew then that this was his punishment. He was paying the price for his pride, his cruelty, and his cold heart. He could no longer walk. He could not care for himself. His business began to fail. He had no children. No one helped him with his work. Only his wife stayed with him. But he became angry and bitter. He shouted at her often. She was patient and kind, but he never stopped yelling. One night, she came late with his dinner. He became very angry. He threw the plates at her. The food hit her face. She wiped her face quietly. She looked at him and said, "I feel sorry for you, but I can't live with you anymore." She asked for a divorce and went back to their parents' home. The man called her many times. He begged her to come back, but she refused. He lost her, and he lost his peace, his money, and his health. He felt cursed since the day he got that call from his dead wife's son. One day, he called his wife again. He begged, "Please come back to me." She was crying and said, "I gave you love and care, but you gave me pain and harm. I don't know what I did to deserve this from you." He said, "I'm sorry. You know I have no one but you." She replied, "I'm tired. I can't live like this anymore." He asked, "But you still love me, right?" She laughed sadly and said, "Who told you that? That was your dream. I used to love you, but your cruelty killed that love. Now I can't even stand your voice." Then she hung up the phone. The man was alone again. He divorced her. His money was almost gone. No one came to see him. He sat in his wheelchair every day, watching the empty walls. He prayed to Allah for mercy. He asked for forgiveness. He asked Allah to help him because no one else could. Many sad days passed. He wished to die, but death did not come. One night he heard a knock on the door. He tried to move his wheelchair, but he fell to the floor. He crawled slowly on his stomach toward the door. He used his hands with great pain. He finally reached the door and opened it with weak arms. He looked up and froze. It was him, the young man he once threw away. The young man looked at him with pity. He lifted the old man and helped him onto the bed. Tears ran down the man's face. He said, "Please forgive me. I deserve all this. Don't trouble yourself with me. Did you come to laugh at me? The young man said softly, Allah forbid. You were my mother's husband. She always said you were kind to her. I don't know why you changed after she died. Her death was already my pain. The old man whispered, I am sorry, my son. The young man smiled sadly and said, Your son? I wished you had called me that before. But it's okay. I came to help you, not to hurt you. I found a place for you in a nursing home. I will pay for your care and everything you need. He added, My mother taught me one thing, never return evil with evil. If someone gave me one good thing, I must give back kindness forever. You were good to my mother once, and for that, I will take care of you now.
I hope you have enjoyed the reading. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.